Hi friends, welcome back to our channel. In our series of programming, we have now reached the stage of data types. So in this video, we will understand what the data type is, why do we need them, and the classification of the data types. Each and every variable belongs to one of the data type. So the data type is nothing but the type of the data that the variable holds in it. The data may be an integer or a fractional value or maybe an English alphabet which we call as character. So okay, we understood that the data type is nothing but the type of the data a variable holds. Then why do we need the data type? To reserve the space in the memory, we have to specify the data type of a variable in our code because different kind of data types requires different size of memory. So to ask the memory that I require some space to store my data, I have to write what kind of data I am going to use. The computer will reserve that space for me. What is the syntax of the data type? Syntax is nothing but how we write in the code. The syntax of the data type is data type space followed by the identifier name. Example, int space followed by the variable name x. Second one, char space followed by the character name c. When we write int x, our computer reserves some space for the variable x, and this x can hold only integer data type because we already asked to reserve the space for integer by writing the word int. So this x cannot hold any floating point value, that is fractional part. We now look into classification of the data types. They are broadly classified into three categories. First one being basic or primitive data types. They are also called as fundamental or built-in data types. Second one, derived data types. As the name suggests, these are derived from the basic data types. Examples, arrays, strings, pointers, functions, etc. And the third one, user-defined. Unlike the built-in data types, user-defined data types are created by us. We will learn the derived and user-defined data types in further lectures. We will have separate modules on them. For this video and the next one, we will just focus on the basic data types. Basic data types are divided into four categories: integer, character, float, and double. First one, integer. Integer is again subdivided into four: short, int, long, and long. And each one of these is again subdivided into signed and unsigned. Like signed short, signed int, unsigned int, signed long, unsigned long, signed long, unsigned long. Signed can accept both positive and negative values, but unsigned only accepts the positive value. Why do we need all these subcategories? Because sometimes we have to deal with small integers, like how many wickets a team has lost in an innings in a cricket match. It ranges from 0 to 10, right? So we use short integer here. But when you want to store the bigger numbers, like census of India, we have to use something bigger than short. So for different range of integer data, we will use different integer data types like short, long, etc. to use our memory efficiently. Then second one, char. It is also subdivided into signed and unsigned. Third one, float. Float is used to store the floating value numbers, that is fractional part. Then double. Double is also used for the floating point values. And the double is again subdivided into double and long double. See, if float and double both can store the floating point value, why do we need both of them? That we will see here. Float is a data type which is used to represent the floating point numbers. It is a 32-bit IEEE 754 single precision floating point number. So when you take the float, it is just a 32-bit number. Out of this 32, 1 bit is used for the signed bit, whether 0 or 1, representing positive and negative numbers respectively, and 8 bits are used for the exponent part, and the remaining 23 bits are used for the magnifying. But when you see the double is also a data type which is used to represent the floating point numbers. It is a 64-bit IEEE 74 double precision floating point number for the value, and it has 15 decimal digits of precision. So out of 64 bits, 1 bit is representing the sign of the number, and 11 bits for the exponent part, and 52 bits for the Mandisa part. Thus the float has precision of 6 decimal digits, and the double has the precision of 15 decimal digits. We can calculate the decimal digits of precision using the formula log 2 raised to the power n base 10, where n represents the number of bits in the mantissa part. For float variable n is equals to 23, this gives us the decimal digits of precision as 6.92. And for double, n is equals to 52, which gives the decimal digits of precision as 15.65. Let us take an example 6/5, which is equal to 1.2. We know that numbers are stored in the format of binary in our memory. So when we convert 6/5 into binary form, it will be 1.0011, 0011, 0011, 0011, and so on till infinity. So if I assign the value 6/5 to a float variable, it can store till 6 decimal digits of precision, that is 1.001100. But when I assign the same 6/5 to a double variable, it can store till 15 decimal digits of precision. Thus, double has 2 times more precision than the float value. Double is more precise when compared to float because it has more space and can store more bits. So, if you want to be more precise in storing your value, you have to use double, but it will be done at the cost of your memory. And if you want to be very less precise in storing your floating value, you can use float variable. If you see the memory of each of these data type will take in our computer, short can take 2 bytes, an integer can take either 2 or 4 bytes. It depends upon your compiler and the computer architecture as well. Long can take 4 bytes and long can take 8 bytes. Character will take 1 byte, float will take 4 bytes, which is 32 bits we have discussed. Double will take 8 bytes and long double will take 16 bytes. I am saying it again, these all depend upon your compiler and the architecture of the computer. So we have seen what the data type is, the need of it, and the broad classification as primitive, derived and user defined, and the sub-classification of the primitive into integer, character, float and double. In the next video, we will see the range which these primitive data types can hold. I hope you understood the concept of the data types. We will meet soon in our next video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.